What is going on, Colts Nation? He's Jamal, and I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast.
What's going
Hey,
on?
look, we're in mock draft season. Look, it's time to talk about prospects, guys we like, guys we don't like. Really, we're gonna start with guys we like, Jamal. And I'd have to say, Colts probably aren't in a rebuild right now. We're riding the line of mediocrity, so we're in that win now, but don't have enough to win now moment. Jamal, what is we got the 14th overall pick. There's buzz about Tyler Warren, but there's another guy we like, right? There's
Yeah,
another guy we would potentially love to take in the first round. What's his name, man?
man, his name is hit that like subscribe button, drop a comment below, let us know how you feel. If you want Tyler Warren or if you want this guy or somebody else in the first round, let us know because like Eric said, it's been kind of overwhelming hearing the Tyler Warren talk because everybody wants to see that next offensive player. But we got something for y'all on the defensive side of the ball. Mr. Will Johnson out
Yeah,
of Michigan.
Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Got that prototypical size, 6'2", 202 pounds about, It's got that number one lockdown corner capability, something we've been missing, something we haven't really had. Just being able to shut down wide receivers on the opposite end. Um, I don't know. I think he's a great fit for this new defense that's about to come up because he's so versatile. He's not scheme dependent. He's played in multiple coverage concepts, things like that. I know he had that injury last season that took him out for about half the season, Jamal. I think it was turf toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, a little soft tissue injury affects your toe. Yeah, it's not like he's gonna end up like Juju Brents, right? Like,
Yeah, you can't go the Juju route.
yeah, he's not gonna miss 25 games a season. That's not gonna happen. But no, this guy, like, he's talked about highly, and you talk about overall prospects. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be there at 14, but like, you talk about like he's been compared to Pat Surtain the second. Like, you get somebody on this defense of that caliber, Jamal. I just think you automatically take that next step up, and
Yep.
the ability to be able to limit, because we all know like it's impossible to cover your guy 100% of the game, but like just being able to limit offenses, because that's all the NFL wants now. They moved it to 30-yard line on touchbacks. They make it so easy for offenses. So if you can get a playmaker, immediate impact player on the other side of the ball that can really make a difference, I mean, chances are like our defense just gets a huge upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what our defense need is that huge upgrade. We need that next playmaker to come in who can elevate this team, take it to the next level. I mean, you've already talked about him being that prototypical size. That's what we want to see going against the Justin Jeffersons and the Jamar Chases and these guys. Someone who's 6'2", Linky can get out there. And not only, as you mentioned earlier, he can play both man and zone defenses very well. He also has just great ball awareness, great ball skills. Anytime that he sees the ball when it's coming at him, he has the ability to still be locked onto the receiver as well as keeping an eye on the quarterback. It's just a smart overall player, has a lot of football IQ, and that's something we've been missing. Of course, obviously with having injuries and having to use players that just have to come in and space fill for us rather than be that guy. So having someone who's not afraid to make a tackle on the ball, he can hit a run. He's not afraid to tackle a running back. He's not afraid to tackle, a receiver or quarterback. Doesn't matter who's coming at him. He's going to make that aggressive step to be there, and also can make a play on the ball because he has the ability to watch the quarterback as well as still keep a receiver within arm's length of him. That's what we need to see. As you mentioned earlier, every dog's going to have their day. Receivers are going to, they're going to do their thing. I mean, I think Jefferson said it earlier this year when they were talking about him versus Garrett Wilson, I think it was. And he was just like, you respectfully, we're not the same person. Team's going to always plan for me different. We know that those people are going to have their days. But if we get us a cornerback out there who can hold Jefferson to 60 yards for a game, man, that's what I want to see. Because he's a non-factor. Yeah. That's what we need. And someone like Johnson can do that. he's not afraid to just get out there and actually play the game. He's played at full speed. He's played at the highest level now in the collegiate side of it, winning that national championship. So he knows what it's like to be in that winners bracket. I know we talked about that with the
Mm,
having players who have had the success. Not, a lot of times we talk about success within the NFL, talk about how, you want to get those players who've made it to the playoffs, of course, who've made it to the Super Bowl and so on and so forth. But think about these players who, from a young age, who've now made it to the pinnacle of that pin in college at a young age. Now they know how to transition that to the league and and continue to develop and get better and show people, hey, listen, I only have one goal, because I can guarantee you, while he was at Michigan, he didn't wake up every day, every week thinking there's a chance I'm going to lose this week. Every week was, I'm going to win this week. So that's what that mentality we got to have. I think someone like him can bring that attitude into the organization and teach some of these guys, who aren't maybe used to quite winning as much, how we can elevate this thing.
and I think Lou Anarumo would love to have this guy just join and become that instant difference maker. Because we
Absolutely.
don't. I mean, we got some solid guys on defense, but we don't really have that impact playmaker, that named cornerback on our team. We don't. It is what it is. Maybe a nickel corner and Kenny Moore, but we don't have someone who's going to play outside corner. So I wouldn't get so tied to Tyler Warren that we have to take him.
Right.
It's going to be really hard for the Colts to really mess this up. I think there's a lot of good players in this draft at around when we pick that we could add to our roster that could really help this team out. Now, the Indianapolis Colts, I would say, threw us for a whirlwind last year when Laiatu Latu was taken. I don't think that was on anybody's draft boards. I mean, there were
No.
plenty of other players we were thinking of, but you know, I know tight end is a need, but I would say cornerback is a big need too, to just improve this defensive unit overall. Um, I I mean, Drew Lock, Drew Lock had a career day against us. I think, and maybe that was because of Gus Bradley, but I don't know.
I don't
Like
know.
I can't blame everything on him, right? So this Colts defensive unit struggled last year. It should be a priority this season. Whether it's the offseason, the draft, there has to be some change. And I think, to get the secondary revamped, you get somebody like that. I I'm loving it. The injury concerns, I'm not really like I think they're overblown, and
Yeah.
I think we'll see that closer to the draft. But you know, give me a guy that's really gonna make a splash on this defense.
Yeah, agreed. Someone who's gonna just come out there from day one and try to take this thing over, because that's what we're missing. That's literally what we're missing. The offense is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to figure things out, whether or not we have an eighth tight end in that group or not. So it's time for the defense to have an opportunity to get somebody who's going to help benefit them and elevate the room. It's just that
Yeah.
simple.
I think a good defense can help a young quarterback like Anthony
Absolutely.
Richardson or whoever's back there under center. A lot of these good teams with mediocre quarterbacks, I would say, they rely on their defense to bail them out a lot of times. So I will say, I mean, we got a new DC. How do you commit to the defense? How do you commit to upgrading that unit? You draft a player like this in the first round, which could ultimately just change the dynamic of this defense. So Will Johnson, we're Tyler Warren fans, we're Will Johnson fans, and
Absolutely.
we're fans of some other players too, and we can't wait to talk about it. But we had to do a little spiel on Will Johnson. Let us know what you guys think. Are we are we out of our minds for drafting a quarterback in the first round? Are we on point? Are we somewhere in the middle? Let us know. We're here all off season. We've been taking little breaks here and there, but we're still here. We're still cooking, and we want this Colts team to succeed.
Absolutely. That's gonna be all for me.
That's gonna be it for us. Not salutations. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all take care.